Hey you guys, it's Shamira aka Mimi. If you are new, welcome to the channel. If you're returning, welcome back. You guys have no idea how my new year is going so far, but happy New Year's, you guys, okay? Um, so let me get straight to the topic, okay? It's a really touchy topic. Some of you guys may agree, some of you guys may disagree. So if you guys are not in for a healthy debate, this may not be your message today, okay? It may not be something you guys want to tap into or you guys want to tune into. Yeah, you guys always have an option to just click off. But if not, if you guys are ready for a juicy ass, okay, type of debate or type of topic, definitely tune in. Okay, go get your snacks, get your drinks, and just chill. Okay, and listen. So I had a talk today with a person, and we were kind of talking about our romantic experiences and stuff like that, and or just crazy ass experiences that we have had with other people. Okay, and the lessons that we have learned. We were just like talking about it randomly, and it got me to think about people's lack of self awareness. Okay, and how their behavior, how their selfish decisions, in some way get them to I would say create their own issues, create their own problems, okay? Because they are lacking integrity and they're lacking morality in certain situations. For example, I'm going to give you guys a small little snippet about me and my past and what I've been through. Okay, I'm way over this. I'm emotionally taken away from, the whole situation, so I'm able to share it with you guys without getting emotional or getting offended. Okay, so I was telling them about the situation I had with an ex friend. Okay, um, I was dating this guy, okay? And me and this guy, we kind of got together. I was really young, I was in my 20s. We got together and we were like genuinely interested in each other. We had a genuine bond with each other, okay? But later on, I found out that he was cheating on a girlfriend that he was already taken. And, feelings were definitely involved. So I definitely had to remove myself from that situation. Okay, it definitely hurted and stuff like that. So I went to one of my homegirls and I vented, about that situation. And you understand what I'm saying? Like I've been about the situation. I told her all the pros, the good things I liked about him, and also the reasons why I had to leave it. And I would say like a few years later on, I found out that he still had feelings for me and emotions for me, but because he was still that same person that I left in the past, he's still a cheater, he's still a liar. I decided not to interact with him or not to engage with him, even though, we had that close bond, we still care for each other. Okay, he was a really sweet guy. He was nice, genuine, did things for me, treated me like a lady. You understand what I'm saying? So, besides that, I couldn't get with the whole cheating and lying thing. Okay, I did have some sort of integrity. Okay, so knowing this, my homegirl would listen to me say all these things, and I thought at the time that she was really my homegirl. She was really down for me and she didn't really have a hidden agenda. But later on, I found out that this homegirl, this friend, was really my op. Okay, she was definitely a friend of me. Was other situations that I kind of, I was forced to see her character and who she was, overall towards me. And I realized there wasn't a person I wanted in my life. Okay, so come to find out, like I said, years after, the situation with him, he came towards me, but I couldn't fuck with him. Okay, so she went behind my back and she fucked with him, and I really didn't give a fuck because I wasn't with him. Okay, I already know what type of person he is, and I just couldn't get with it. But later on, they ended up, they messed around a couple times, and she was looking for more of a connection that me and him had. And she didn't quite get that. So her experience with him was totally different. It was more based on her not getting what she was, what she thought she was going to get from him. Okay, so number one, she went into the situation already knowing what type of person he was, based on what I told her. But she had to learn her lesson. She had to see for herself. I'm not really a fan of telling people to date, their friends' exes and shit like that. I just feel like that's a whole can of worms that morally you just shouldn't get into. Okay, it's a whole bunch of unnecessary drama that comes with that on its own. But the fact that she knew these things about him, of course, based on what I say, I can't stop her and force her from experiencing herself. But the fact that she went into the situation thinking that, you know, uh, it would be the same thing, it kind of boggled me. It was kind of mind boggling. and she was whining and crying and was looking for empathy and sympathy from me, and she didn't get it, and she was looking at me like I was wrong, I was in the wrong. And I'm like, well, you kind of knew what type of person he was, what kind of situation you were getting yourself into. He's a cheater. He wasn't going to treat you like that in the first place. Okay, it was a big ass red flag of disrespect. You shouldn't have went into it anyway, because you already knew what the fuck you were getting yourself into. Why would you want to think that I was going to feel sorry for you? Okay, that's something you shouldn't have done. At some point you have to be responsible and take accountability for the situation you're getting into. You kind of could have avoided that situation had you listened to me, had you listened to the previous warnings, okay, and understood why I didn't fuck with him. And then second, you didn't have the same type of bond. You weren't interested in him as a person. You were interested in what he could give you. So you kind of went into the situation being disingenuous, and you got what you were looking for. The person felt with that you weren't being genuine, and he treated you as a person that was not genuine. Okay, he didn't give you those genuine feelings and emotions like he gave me. What we had was an actual fucking bond, and what you thought you were going to get, it just wasn't. So we got two different experiences, and we're both two different people. So I really left her to her emotions, to herself, to get through it. And I don't feel like I was in the wrong. I definitely felt like I was getting her to see that she had to take accountability for her actions or for her selfishness. Okay, she really could have avoided that situation. You could have avoided getting your feelings hurt. I told you so. I didn't say I told you so, but it's kind of crazy how people do not see how their behaviors, their selfishness can get them into situations where they could have really avoided. Okay, you got to be responsibility for the actions you guys are taking in life. Because really, what the fuck does she expect? And I know some of you guys probably went through situations like that. I've heard people tell me, they dated people and then later on they ended up dating a relative or dating a cousin or dating a friend, and the same thing happened. Or, the friend kind of got the worst part of the deal, because it's a lot of situations like that. It's like sometimes when it comes to love or romantic relationships, I feel like there is a rule, or there should be some level of integrity and morality when dealing with people like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, one thing I don't do, one rule for me, I don't deal with relatives, I don't deal with friends. If I'm dating someone and we get romantically intimate, we start having sex and we're dating for a long time, I'm not going to break up with you and then go to the next person. I feel like that's just a no-no. It's just some things I feel like you just shouldn't do, because it's always extra drama that comes with that. Some of you guys may disagree. I felt people who dated someone, for a long ass time, broke up, and a year later they dated the brother or the sister or the cousin, and they ended up being soulmates. Okay, but I feel like it's the secrecy that comes behind it, or that comes with it. It shouldn't have to be that way. Okay, and some of you guys, this is a really touchy topic, because some of you guys find yourself in situations like that right now. And of course, this is not me judging. This is definitely my personal opinion on what I'm willing to deal with and what I'm not willing to deal with. And it doesn't mean I'm a bad person or I'm a bitch and stuff like that. Just that's not a situation I want to get myself into. I just don't see the logic sometimes behind it. And some people who are going through situations like a lot of drama of friends fighting over each other or fighting over a certain person, all of that stuff could have been avoided if you had integrity, or if you had morality and not put yourself in that situation. So if you're dealing with something like that, like I said, I'm not shifting blame and shit like that, but you really have to be mindful of what you guys are getting yourself into, because you could have avoided the whole damn experience. But some people need to experience those situations to, in some way, humble them, to get them to see that sometimes your desires and your wants and your selfishness and your needs can bring you a lot of dissatisfaction and a lot of trouble. Do you really want to get yourself into that situation, knowing everything that you know you're still going to do it? Okay, a hard head makes a soft ass. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say. And it's crazy, because when I was thinking about this situation, when I was talking to them, when I was having this conversation earlier, I was flipping through my little tarot deck, and the card that fell out together, they were stuck together, the devil and the sun. Okay, I don't know, whenever I get the devil and the sun together, I do think of fake happiness, fake fake positivity. But when it comes to romantic relationships, I think of, sometimes some people might find themselves in situations, in relationships with people who in some way on the outside looking in, it looks happy, it looks great on paper, it looks great, in society, but it's really hell. Okay. And I do understand why you guys will get yourself or find yourself going towards you know it's kind of difficult for me to say, like, falling into dealing with people who are related, okay, who are close knit with the person they're with. I can't understand why people get themselves in those situations, because they kind of, in some way, look for some sort of happiness, okay, doing some toxic ass shit. Okay, and this also goes down the rabbit hole of, also, like I said, that cheating shit. It's a whole can of worms, a whole Pandora's box when it comes to these type of situations and relationships. Okay, like people having a bad marriage. Okay, when outside looking in, it looks happy, but they find happiness doing some fuck shit, like cheating on that person with their sister or their brother. And like I said, I do not condone shit like that, because there's other ways to get out of a toxic situation. It just does not. You cannot ever find true happiness doing some toxic ass shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, because I feel like down the road is always going to be some sort of downfall to it. Is always going to be some sort of repercussion for that down the road. You may not see it now and it may feel good at that moment, but I'm telling you, you cannot find true happiness in no toxic ass shit. Specifically, not delving into a situation trying to backstab somebody, because later on, like I said, in my situation with my homegirl, I found out that, like I said, she was a hater. She was she was a frenemy. She really didn't fuck with me. It was always some type of secret competition. She wasn't getting into a relationship with the guy because she was interested in him. It was just because she wanted to one up me, or she had this thing about herself, like, well, anything you could do, I can do better. Maybe you was doing it wrong, so if I try with him, it's gonna turn out better. And it didn't work out that way. She was getting, at the time, some sort of happiness, some sort of joy from that shit, but later on found out that it wasn't what she thought it was going to be. Okay. It's something about taking accountability and realize that sometimes certain situations, when it calls for you guys to have morality or to have integrity, you guys be lacking it. Okay. And it's something else too I wanted to jump into, because situations like secret competition. Some of you guys are surrounded with people who are in secret competition with you. I personally feel like there's nothing wrong with secret competition, healthy competition. I feel like if you want to get into a competitive type of I would say spirit to boost your confidence, definitely do that. I feel like you have to do it in a healthy way. Don't be fake about it. For example, say if you guys have a friend, both of you guys are going for the same position at a job or something like that. You are very vocal about what you want. Okay, you look at it like, you tell your friend, hey, I want this position. Your friend don't say anything. Kind of like relationships too. Some of you guys are in relationships with people who you both like the same person. One of you guys are upfront and forward with it. The other one is not, and it's like they kind of tell you, listen to you, pour your heart out, and tell them how much you like this person and stuff like that, how much you like this job, and they give you advice, and in some way it gets you to self-sabotage or sabotage the relationship you guys going. So when you're out the picture, they kind of win by default. I don't respect people like that. And I feel like some of you guys may agree with me on that. And others of you guys may disagree and be like, don't nobody owe you shit and stuff like that. But no, it just, some of you guys, you are dealing with people like this in your life right now. You guys are dealing with situations like this. And I want you guys to be mindful of who you're dealing with. Okay. Once again, I have to say it again. I have to repeat this. There's nothing wrong with healthy competition. I feel like you should have some sort of integrity or morality, some sort of honesty when it comes to what you want in life. Have enough confidence. Okay, I'm getting Leo with this sun card. Have enough confidence and respect for yourself, that you have what it takes to win over this person. Okay. Now, if you're constantly like doing little shady shit behind this person back to get this person to sabotage themselves so you can win by default, that's some fucked up ass shit. You kind of lack integrity. You kind of lack morality. Okay. It's kind of immoral for some people to do certain things that they do to win certain things or to get what they want. Okay. And once again, I have to say this, you cannot truly experience peace and happiness and true joy doing some fuck ass shit behind someone's back. Okay. Doing some old toxic shit. Some of you guys must be aware of sometimes your negative traits or some of your traits that you can improve on. Okay, and stop blaming other people for how things went downhill or what happened. Okay, back to the situation with my old homegirl. Okay, you knew he was a fuck ass person. You knew he was a fuck boy. You knew he was a cheater, and you knew that's why I stopped fucking with him. So why did you think that you was going to get a different outcome? That shit is fucking insane. Okay, that is definitely insanity. So I know some of you guys can counter argue that it's not always true, that sometimes you definitely can find happiness doing some immoral ass shit or doing something you can't live for other people. I've heard all those debates before and all those points of views before. You know, it is what it is. I'm not going to force anyone to see things my way. I'm not going to I'm not going to make anyone force me to see things their way. Okay, I'm just going to agree to disagree. But this message is definitely for someone. I had to get this out. I just really thought that it was a topic that definitely needed to be talked about. I really want to go deeper on this too, because there's so much more to say. It's so much more to get into, and you guys have no idea the type of situations that I've experienced personally that is still mind boggling to this day. Like, what the fuck, you know? I just, maybe I'm just a different person. Sometimes when I see people do stuff like this, it's not me judging them and being I would say haughty or overly judgmental, being critical. I just see that sometimes when people lack awareness of how their selfishness and their behavior affects other people, how it's damaging or harming other relationships in their life, I kind of back away from those people. I kind of keep my distance because I can see that they aren't aware of their toxicity. Okay, and they will in some way make any excuse or justify their immorality or their lack of integrity towards other people. Okay, I really don't like people who like I said, do shady ass shit behind people's backs. Okay. And I'm looking at my deck through here and I have this little sachet. What that say right there? Ace of Cups. Okay. I love shit. Something just made my eyes go right over to this card. But yeah, I just don't respect people. I don't feel the need to have people around like that. People who do not see themselves, who are not honest, or who are not ready to face certain demons that they have within themselves. They would rather cover it up with a false sense of self, okay, or with a false positivity type of energy to themselves, knowing that they are like this, okay, behind closed doors. I don't respect people like that. I can't rock with them like that. Okay, I'm sorry. I have cut off a lot of old friends, ex homegirls, homeboys too, because the guys are like this too. All right. Because it's like, damn, if you're willing to do this to get what you want, you're willing to go behind my back and do some shady ass, shicey ass shit like this behind my back to get what you want. What else are you willing to do? You're a type of person who is willing to take me out and you find nothing wrong with it. And there are definitely people out in this world who know the difference between right and wrong, but it's the fact that they just don't give a fuck. They're like, I want what I want. I want what I feel like I deserve, and I'm going to do anything to get it. Even if it means backstabbing my fucking friend or backstabbing my sister, backstabbing my relative, my person. I want what I want. Okay? And then when they're met with karma down the road because of that shit, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm a victim. Feel sorry for me. Give me empathy. Give me sympathy. And I'm like, fuck you. No. Okay? Do you not see do you not see what's wrong with this situation? Do you not see that you could be in the wrong? Do you not see that your behavior is in some way destructive or harmful to other people? And it's like, I'm a type of person, I do see long term. I do see the bigger picture in certain things. Okay, it's not just me cutting off people because they did this one certain incident, but it's like a whole plethora or different layers to that person's character, to what I'm experiencing with that person or seeing from that person that makes me make the decision to cut their ass off. Okay, it really is that deep. People are like, it's not that deep. Oh my God, ain't that serious? I feel like you were just jealous. No, no, no. It's much deeper. If you guys really look at it, like I said, from a higher perspective, from a broader perspective, and see the bigger picture of this person, you can kind of see how destructive a person like this can be in your life. Okay, how many experiences you guys will experience dealing with people like this. Okay, so I hope you guys got whatever you guys can get from this message. I hope you guys were able to be entertained, able to relate. But I just really had to talk some shit for the New Year's. Okay, I had to get that out. Okay, some messy ass shit. Cause what the fuck? I really do want to get into the spread. I feel like some of you guys are dealing with that. Okay. Some of you could be dealing with a situation where you guys are interested. Now, I'm going to tell you, one of you guys, I want to tell you this. If you're dating someone and you guys are like just like talking, you're not really intimate, you're not really uh I would say that close to that person. If you guys are like interested in a relative or a friend, let that person know that. Okay, let that person know, hey, since we didn't get this far or that far, I feel like I'm interested in dating other people. I don't feel like this is going to go anywhere. I don't feel like this is working out. You should be able to say that. But if you guys are like intimate with this person and then you hop to their brother, to their sister, to their cousin and shit, I feel like that shows that you guys lack self discipline and fucking integrity. And you guys can disagree. You guys can get mad with me and say I'm judgmental, but it is what it is. I just feel like it's some things you guys just know the difference between right and wrong, what you guys should be entertaining and delving into or indulging in. And some of you guys just know it's a bad idea. You still do it. So definitely check yourself. Don't blame anyone else if you guys are facing some sort of negative, I would say, backlash or anything negative, any negative consequences that comes with that. Because some of you guys know you're dead ass wrong, or some of you guys know people in your life are dead ass wrong, and you should be calling their asses out on that. Okay, particularly if the person that you're doing it to, the person you're betraying, has nothing. They really don't know anything about it. Because I'm hearing somebody out here cheating with a relative, or you guys cheating with somebody, a friend, a relative, or because you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm unhappy and I'm this and I'm that. It doesn't matter what the excuse is. Some of you guys know you shouldn't be crossing a certain boundary. Um, and like I said, I'm definitely am aware that some people might take offense to this message today, but I really don't care. Okay, I have my opinion about it. Okay, fuss all you want. Go ahead, I'm giving you the floor. It is what it is, but I ain't mad at you. So you guys, thank you so much for riding with me and for watching today. Chime in, like, share, subscribe, comment, comment, comment. The comments are going to be open exactly for this. Okay. Hey, and I'm gonna leave it. That's all I'm gonna say. So you guys, once again, happy new year. Thank you so much for riding with me and for watching. I definitely will see you guys a little later for that pick a card. Okay. Bye.